And with me right now, we're going to be talking health, health, health. And Lisa Marie Trusini is with us. She has a business, I guess you'd call it a business, called Holistic. She's a holistic health counselor with Inspiring Wellness Solutions. Did I get it all?
You did.
I got it all.
Great.
How do you stay healthy?
How do I stay healthy?
How does anybody stay healthy?
You know how we stay healthy? We start with eating right and having some good fitness. So we are, as a holistic health counselor, what I do with my clients is help them learn about healthy nutrition, how to eat well, what not to eat. We do not.
We all know what not to eat, right?
Well,
sort of.
Sometimes.
Did you have a piece of candy over there on the table?
If I did, I would not tell you. Sometimes people do not know what to eat. You know, we do have a lot of sugar and salt and foods that
it's added. We don't even know it's there.
That's correct. That is correct. So educating.
Salt is the worst. I mean, you don't know it until you go out to eat and you get home and all of a sudden your ankles start to feel. You go, oh my gosh, how much salt was in there?
You start to have some inflammation, that's right. So through healthy nutrition and fitness programs, I am a counselor and a coach. So our programs take a look at not only nutrition, but counseling people. As a holistic practitioner, we look at the entire person. So
and you have a pharmacist on your team too, which is really cool.
I do have a pharmacist on my team, and he's also trained as a health coach. And so we are well aware of the pharmaceutical aspects.
Because some people have to take medications. And
in some cases you do, but what we try to do is promote natural wellness.
Yeah.
So we take a look at natural programs, fitness programs, and wellness programs, and to try to keep people off of medications if possible.
See, as a pharmacist, I will be the first one to say the best way is not to take medications if you don't have to. But if you have to get the right titrate, so that you got your balance of food and exercise, and you're limiting the amount of, and they find they can take people off for diabetic medication, high blood pressure, just by losing weight and getting, I mean, this is so important.
This is important, and I do see clients, my clients do come to me in pre-diabetic or diabetic states or cardiovascular disease or even with cancer. And how do you become well naturally so that you do not have to lean on these medications if you do not need to lean on them, or so that you do not need to have a surgery. Disease is preventable, disease is reversible, and that's what we take a look at. So clearly there are times, as you said, you need to be on medication.
If you need an antibiotic, you need an antibiotic.
There are times you need to have surgery. But I just started a new television show called Tune Into Wellness Today.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is about bringing natural wellness to the community. So what we do is I bring on guests onto my show so they can talk about natural wellness, fitness techniques, wellness programs, to educate the community as a whole in the capital region as to all of the modalities that are out there.
So now, are you a fan of the chia seeds and the white mulberries and the goji bee berries and what?
I am a fan of all healthy eating, however that is for that particular person. And that's I'm so glad you asked that question, because my programs are bio-individual. So no one person is going to be on the exact same program. We take a look at their entire lifestyle. That includes their spirituality, their social life, their career life, their finances, their relationships, their health.
It's all one. It's called holistic.
It's called holistic. That's right. We look at the entirety of the person.
And I wish more physicians. Fortunately, I have a physician that has a holistic approach. But there's so many physicians that you walk in, you get taken care of, bing, 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 and it's like an assembly line. You need someone who will listen to you and understand what your life is like.
And that's what we do as a holistic health counselor, and we do that to support the physicians as well.
I know you do.
I mean, they have so many patients they need to see, and their education is their education. It's medical, and so we take a look at the other aspect.
It's a medical model, not the
it's
nutritional
a
model.
traditional model. It's not the nutritional model. That's not what they are educated on.
Right.
So we help balance that. Absolutely right. And we do work in tandem with physicians and help their clients, their patients become well too.
Well, and I think that most physicians appreciate this, and I don't want to call it alternative. It just seems like it's the natural way to do things. It's not just another way. It's like to incorporate that holistic approach in your life on an everyday basis.
Well, that's right, because we're not one aspect.
Exactly.
We are multifaceted individuals. So how we think does dictate how we feel. How we eat does dictate how we feel and whether we're going to be well or not well. So
Absolutely.
we look at all of that. Adding a little fitness into your life can change by increasing endorphins, which gives you a more positive attitude. So
Absolutely.
everything does go hand in hand.
Well, you know, and someone once told me, well, I don't know, you eat stuff and it makes you, you know, you feel lousy. And I said, well, yeah, that's true. You eat certain foods make you lousy, but think on the opposite side. You can eat foods that make you better.
And
they don't think about that.
Because we were not trained to think about that. And you know, we do really educate people why you're addicted to certain foods like sugars and salts, or even addicted to sweets. You know, when you're very little, what happens when you receive straight A's on your report card?
Oh, you get to.
You go out for ice cream. So you're conditioned now to comfort yourself with sweet foods. So
Or you have a birthday cake, you know.
you have a birthday cake. Everything's
Yeah.
rewarded with food, or as you become an adult, with alcohol.
And there's
So-
probably nothing wrong with it, but if you do it in moderation and not take that as your sole reward for everything.
You're absolutely right. It's not that it's wrong, but it's bringing you back to why you crave these types of foods when you might be feeling sad or depressed, or when you're feeling like you want to promote yourself. Why do we crave food instead of alternatives? So it's just helping people cognitively be aware of why they're eating what they are wearing.
Why are you picking that up and
Why
putting
are
it
you
in your
picking
mouth?
that up and putting it in your mouth?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah,
right.
and you should think about that. I mean, if a good snack sometimes is just a cereal, you know, a little Wheat Chex or something that you're kind of get a little munchy or something, and you're not picking up a caramel or something like that.
That's correct.
Although I
That's
do
right.
love caramel, so I have to say chocolate covered, yes.
Yeah, a little chocolate here and there is pretty good for you. It's not
Right.
going to hurt you. Let's put it
No,
that
a little
way.
bit, because they say dark chocolate is very good.
Dark chocolate is very good for a lot of factors and a
Yeah.
lot of reasons.
Yeah,
That
and
is right.
don't be afraid of food, but know what's in it and why you're eating it. And
We'll eat nutritious food, absolutely.
Eat nutritious,
and,
yeah.
you know,
Eat lots of fruit, vegetables, and plant-based if you can.
Green leafy vegetables, plant-based, should be a big part of your diet. And that's what we're not seeing in America. We're seeing what we call the SAD, the Standard American Diet.
Meat and
we have
potatoes, Midwestern diet.
you know, a lot of meat on our plates, right? A lot of dairy that we're drinking. And as we can see by looking at the community of the United States, that hasn't done us well.
No, one of the things I did see recently was a set of dishes. Have you seen those dishes? That the dish is actually set up and it shows you
The
how much
proportions.
your carbohydrates here, your vegetable here, your meat here, and when you get your dish, it's a ceramic dish, and you just put your food on like that. And
Isn't
you're
it
gonna be good.
fabulous? Isn't it a fabulous
Now
dish
we
to
need to
have?
get the kids to do it and not throw away their lunches when they're healthy.
That's right. That's right.
How can we change that?
You know, it all depends on how the children are brought up too. And I have 2 grandchildren who are brought up on a plant-based diet, and they know how to choose very healthy options. If they're already eating poor options, it's just education. Everything's education,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just teaching not only to eat these foods, but why you want to eat these foods. And as soon as people start to eat better, they start to feel better. Once you start to feel better, that's your reward.
Yeah.
So you want to continue to do that.
And when you look at what the content of some of the foods are, like these these little, what are they? I don't want to use a brand name, but those little chicken thingies. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Nuggets, I think,
And
yes.
when you look at what's in them, if you actually find out what is in them, there's like 20 ingredients in this one. It's not just a piece of chicken. There's
There's
more.
very little meat actually
Very little meat in
that
it.
nugget that
Yeah,
you
so
are
they're
eating.
actually a veggie
Right.
thing, right?
Let me give you a quick tip. If you're picking something up in the market, read the label. If it has more than 2 or 3 ingredients on it, put it back on the shelf and walk away.
Yeah, go with the fresh.
Because you're eating processed foods, you're
Yeah.
eating chemicals,
Yeah.
you're eating a lot of sugar and salt. And sugar comes under many different names today. It's not
Dextrose,
just sugar.
yeah,
Dextrose,
yeah.
maltose, corn syrup.
All of the malt sugars and the, yeah.
Right. So the smarter we become as consumers, the trickier sometimes manufacturers
Stay away from
become.
all those additives, although we do need methyl and parabens once in a while to protect food. But anyway, try and make your food at home, and then you don't have to worry about anything, right?
Eat healthy.
Eat
cook
healthy,
home.
grow a garden.
And cooking can be fun, and growing
I love
gardens,
to cook.
and go organic.
yeah.
Organic options are your best
Yeah,
options.
especially if you're growing in the backyard, you could always be organic.
That's absolutely
Good,
right.
good.